Of all the auto brands on the road today, only one has been named the best auto brand for 6 straight years. That brand is Mazda. Come shop and save on the award-winning lineup of new Mazdas right now at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi, business owners. Phase 3. Woohoo! But do your customers know you're back? Well, that's where the Clarence Bug Show and Pelican Broadcasting can help. Right now, we've got great rates on advertising packages to help you get the word out. Shoot me an email at bugsclarence@gmail.com. Or better yet, call me up. I'd love to talk with you. 225-485-6839. Let's get together and make Phase 3 the best it can possibly be.
From appetizers, pasta dishes, and entrees, La Contea takes pride in preparing all the Italian cuisine we know you love. Enjoy live music every Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9, happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6, and brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2, as well as dinner portion-sized lunch specials for under $10. Visit our website to view our menu and book a party or meeting in our large banquet room. Once you try La Contea, your Italian dining will change forever.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show here on the Pelican Broadcasting Network. Here's hoping that all is well with you and yours in your world as we continue to get closer and closer to the inauguration of a new president for these United States of America. You know, in recent memory, we all have noticed things that we find troubling in our country. And if you watch these things long enough, it's almost inevitable. You start to notice trends. The old adage, everything old is new again. The other old adage, there's nothing new under the sun, is particularly troubling when you start looking at the rights and the freedoms and liberties of Americans. There is a train of thought among some people, particularly those seeking power and those currently in power, that if you can scare people bad enough, they'll let you do pretty much anything. If you can scare people bad enough, they will allow you to take away their constitutional rights, their civil rights, and their civil liberties. We saw it in the aftermath of 9/11 with the Patriot Act. We've seen it in the wake of COVID-19 with all the lockdowns. And now on the heels of what happened in our nation's capital, the, quote, insurrection, we see it becoming even worse. There is a narrative that has been launched and is floating around that we need to be particularly cautious about the National Guard based upon on the premise that most of them are white and male, and they didn't vote for Joe Biden. Democrat Representative Steve Cohen, Tennessee, speaking on CNN this week, uttered one of the most troubling statements that any American could hear, saying, quote, "I was reading about this on my Twitter account, I guess, and people were reminding people of Anwar Sadat and Indira Gandhi, who were killed by their own people. I was thinking, the Guard is some 90%, I believe, male. Only about 20% of white males voted for Biden. You've got to figure that the Guard, which is predominantly more conservative, and I see that on my social media, and we know it, they are probably 25% of the people that are protecting us who voted for Biden. The other 75% are in the class that would be the large class of folks who might want to do something. And there were military people and police who took an oath to defend the Constitution and to protect and defend who didn't do it, who were in the insurrection. So it concerns me. This is wrong on so many levels. How much time y'all got today to talk about how many levels this is just totally wrong on? If you're white and you're male, you should be considered suspect. What kind of unconstitutional crap is that? Imagine, if you will, if someone said, if you're an employer and you're considering hiring black people, you might need to check if they've ever gone to a BLM march because they might want to do something. If they might, it also conveys they might not. And he never said what. They might want to do something. How dare you take the liberty of pulling stuff out of thin air, spew it as though it's factual, claim, well, I saw it on social media, on my Twitter account, so we know it's true, and use that to violate constitutional rights, civil rights, and civil liberties. Of all the rubs in this, let's start with this one. This United States congressman, when asked, well, do you have any evidence that guardsmen could be, considering some inside action against this? Do you have any evidence? Quote, actually not, Jim, but you draw a circle of people who work for Trump and not for Biden. As far as people who would be within the zone of folks who you would be suspect of, the suspect group is large. So you have no evidence, but you're going to draw a freaking circle. By the way, Congressman Cohen, the New York Times, your favorite liberal mag, their exit polls showed 38% of white males, not the 25% number that you're throwing out there. Oh, but it gets even better. It gets even better. Meanwhile, they decide to ask the acting Department of Defense chief, the guy in charge of the military, Is there any evidence that National Guard members might be, trying to make some inside moves of insurrection? Chris Miller is the acting Secretary of Defense and says, quote, "There is no intelligence indicating an insider threat from the National Guard after some reports and at least one Democrat lawmaker, Cohen, suggested that National Guard members securing the inauguration could pose such a threat." So after offering no proof of anything you claim, none, you can't even say what they may do. Well, they might want to do something. Do what? Line dance? Do what? Hold a food drive? They might want to do something. But you know what may be most troubling out of all of this? With no proof at all, this guy, a sitting congressman, would utter remarks that encapsulate an egregious, unconscionable, and un-American assault on our constitutional rights, our civil rights, and our civil liberties. By the way, this guy that is promoting, violating guardsmen's constitutional rights, civil rights, and civil liberties is the chairman of the House Judiciary Subcommittee on the, wait for it, Constitution, Civil Rights, and Civil Liberties. You can't make this up. This guy is the chairman of the House Democrats Judiciary Subcommittee on the Constitution, Civil Rights, and Civil Liberties. And he's uttering statements that are in direct contradiction to the Constitution, civil rights, and civil liberties. I got to talk more about this. This should scare the bejesus out of any American. This ain't about black or white. It's not about Republican or conservative. It's not about Democrat or Republican. It's about your freaking rights as an American. And this yahoo, because I'm afraid they might want to do something, even though there's no intelligence and no evidence, so we should violate their civil rights, the constitutional rights, the civil liberties. How can you sit quiet as an American and leave jacklegs like this running the show? Let me get this first break of this hour out of the way. I might want to do something during the break. Don't know what it is. Then again, I might not. But hey, that's what America's becoming. We're going to bang this out. We'll talk more next here on The Pelican. Stay close.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my My wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Hi, I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
And I'm Dr. Kay Siller with the Rocket Right Show.
We are two busy blondes on the go showing off life in Louisiana.
Watch us on Pelican Sports Network.
And Talk 107.3 FM. Check local listings for times.
Team Honda wants to thank you for once again making us Louisiana's #1 new car dealer by offering you never-before-seen savings. For the first time ever, get 0% financing up to 60 months on some of your favorite Honda models. Get thousands in savings right now at Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Spud Show. You know, thinking during the last commercial break and talking with Marty, it occurred to me, Representative Cohen and the others that are pushing this narrative to keep y'all scared beyond belief, to just give up all your civil liberties, your constitutional rights, your civil rights. Donald Trump held probably 100+ rallies throughout the course of the campaign and his presidency. Tens of millions of people took part in the rallies. No one was beaten up. No buildings were burned. No one was assaulted. Matter of fact, for just about all the rallies, when the rally was over, those who attended left the place cleaner than it was before they got there. But now, for the last 8 months, oh, that's right, y'all don't know that because you watch ABC, CBS, NBC, MSLSD, see whatever N. Y'all don't know, for the last 8 months, Antifa and Black Lives Matter have set this country on fire. 173 buildings completely burned down, $2 billion in damage, 23 people killed. Y'all didn't know that? Huh. Maybe you check where you get your news from. And these folk didn't say a word. Didn't say a word. But any excuse is a good enough excuse for these folk to want to take away your constitutional rights, your civil rights, and your civil liberties. Imagine, if you will, if it had been a Republican that said what Representative Cohen said. the demand in today's cancel culture for him to resign, and oh my God, can you imagine had he said it about black Americans in the Guard? Which brings me to another point. In a court of law, they call this a sidebar. For Representative Cohen to claim that we need to vet these people strongly because they're white and they're male and they didn't vote for Biden. What does this say about and to people of color in the Guard that didn't vote for Biden? You apparently have no problem insulting them, marginalizing them, or are you telling me like Joe Biden did, don't no black folks vote for anybody other than Democrats? Can you imagine if the shoe were on the other foot, what the outcry would be demanding you resign your seat in Congress? One set of rules for thee, another set of rules for me. Well, you know, it occurred to me last night after reading these comments and getting totally incensed about the insult to the men and women that wear the uniform of the National Guard. It occurred to me, the problem with this congressman, he swore an oath to take that office. The men and women of the National Guard likewise swore an oath. The difference is they take theirs seriously. You, jackleg, on the other hand, are all about stealing power, robbing folks of their rights, and you have the nerve to try to claim some sort of moral superiority. Fortunately, not everybody is letting this crap slide without it being addressed. After you make charges of this sort with no evidence whatsoever, no intelligence whatsoever, and basing it on the fact that they may want to do something, a lot of folks, well, not a lot, not nearly as many as there should be, but some folk are pushing back on this crap. After this became public, the press secretary, and I got a new hero now. I have a brand new hero in Congress now. The press secretary, Harrison Fields, is the press secretary, the communications director, for freshman congressman from Florida, Byron Donalds. When he heard these comments, he tweeted, quote, "Disgusting. These courageous men and women don't see a red or blue America. They see the United States of America. 100% of the U.S. National Guard are currently protecting your dumbass at the Capitol. Pretend for just a second to appreciate their sacrifice and apologize." When we arrive at a point in this country where the government gets to decide who should be investigated more than any other bunch of folks, just because of your gender, your skin color, or even worse, who you voted for, this republic is in trouble. How does Representative Cohen, by the way, know who voted for whom? Well, 75% of the people in the Guard, they voted for Trump. Okay, how do you know what 75%? Oh, that's right. It had to be the 25% that were black. They all voted for Biden. So it only leaves the white males. Do you see how ludicrous this is on so many levels? And if it weren't bad enough that you are assaulting their constitutional rights, their civil rights, and their civil liberties, you are the chairman of the House Subcommittee on the Constitution, Civil Rights, and Civil Liberties. I disagree wholeheartedly with my dear friend Bill Profita. This is how the crap starts. And when you are the chairman of that committee in the party that controls the House, that's how this sort of crap advances its way through the legislative process and into the rights of the American people. I guess, in hindsight, time marching on, and we boomers, particularly those of us who love this country, understand what is just around the corner. And fortunately for most of us, we're not going to be here to see it. I did get a chuckle last night, however. Just an observation for you. There is, and this is proof positive of it, there is something called poetic justice in politics and even in America today with all that we're going through. Y'all do realize, right? The Democrats spent 4 solid years fighting Donald Trump tooth and nail on a wall. 4 solid years. Every step of the way, Democrats fought Donald Trump on building a wall. Tomorrow, when he leaves office, what is there going to be around the Capitol? Poetic justice at its finest. You spent 4 years going out of your way fighting tooth and nail against the wall. And the day he walks out of Washington, what are you left with around the Capitol? A wall. Funny how that works, isn't it? You can't make this stuff up. I need to get my bottom of the hour break out of the way. Lest we forget, well, at least until tomorrow, COVID-19 still going on. And, of course, all the conjecture, all the speculation, the prognostication, still out there. I want to cover a little bit of it, but we got to get this break out of the way. Do me a favor, go get that other cup of coffee, run out on the patio, let the dog out, do whatever you need to do during commercial break. Come back and join us as we roll on with today's edition of the Clarence Spuggs Show, right here where you've got it, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Jaguar Nation, we need your help in masking up Louisiana.
Masks help us slow the spread of COVID-19.
During this time, we must continue to wear a mask, wash our hands, and practice social distancing.
It's important that we continue to abide by the CDC's guidelines to stop the spread.
Jaguar Nation, we challenge you to mask up.
Go Jags!
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Of all the auto brands on the road today, only one has been named the best auto brand for 6 straight years. That brand is Mazda. Come shop and save on the award-winning lineup of new Mazdas right now at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
Caught spiders? Premier Pest Services.
White people. What we gonna do with them? What we gonna do with them, y'all? White people. Marty and I were talking during the last break, and this had not occurred to me. Before y'all accuse me of fanning the flames of racial division, before you go there, this thought had not even crossed my mind. Marty brought it up. Blame the white boy. They are white people. Blame them. You've probably heard by now the Louisiana Department of Health. Marty ain't white. Sound like the voice of God coming down. You've probably heard by now the Louisiana Department of Health has confirmed the first case of UK COVID in Louisiana. Now, I'm sure you are also aware that there are other more highly contagious strains of the COVID-19 virus. The last I heard, the South African version is the most contagious of all the variants. COVID-19, South African COVID. Here in Louisiana, we now have our first confirmed case of UK COVID. But during the break, Marty said to me, well, wait, we can't call it the China virus. Why is it okay to call it the UK or the South African? Well, the libs all slept in this morning, Marty. They'll figure that out later on in the day. But in a press release, the Louisiana Department of Health stated the following. This variant spreads more easily from one person to another than other viral strains currently circulating in the United States, though it has not been shown to to cause more severe disease, health experts believe current COVID-19 vaccines are effective against the variant strain. LDH has confirmed the state's first case of the more contagious COVID-19 variant that has been identified in the United Kingdom, and it's urgent that everyone double down on the mitigation measures that we now know are effective in reducing the spread of the virus, says Governor John Bel Edwards. Quote, "It was always a matter of time before this new strain of the virus would reach Louisiana, which is why our state health experts have been monitoring cases and working with the CDC to prepare. There is no such thing as taking this too seriously. Our case counts and hospitalizations are increasing daily, and deaths from COVID have reached an alarming rate. I implore everyone to wear a mask, avoid people and places that are not implementing the mask mandate, social distance, wash your hands frequently, and yada yada, blah, 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 blah." You already know the rest. LDH then adds, quote, "Because this variant strain is more contagious, it is more important than ever that Louisianians, and you know the rest, wear your mask, wash your hands, avoid gatherings, stay home when you're sick, quarantine if you get exposed, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah." It's only one case so far confirmed out of the New Orleans area. I don't guess it's that big of a stretch to say that we'll probably see more of the UK strain. And when that runs its course, then we will have, oh my God, it's the South African strain. And what's the other one, Marty? It's three of them altogether. I've lost track now. UK, South Africa, and don't worry, there'll be another one. Just be patient. It's coming. Meanwhile, last week we talked about this right after it broke. And I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but when this finally catches up with the rest of America, it's going to be interesting to see how we react to this. We told you last week that the government, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, last week announced the new numbers for the survival rates for those who contract COVID-19. For individuals that are newborn to 19 years of age, if you get COVID-19, the chance that you will survive is 99.997%. That's what? Quick math, Marty. 3/1000ths of a percent. 3/1000ths of 1% that you won't survive. In other words, a 99.997% chance you will survive. If you are 20 years of age to 49 years of age, there is a 99.98% probability that you will survive. If you are 50 to 69 years of age, woohoo, that's my group, there is a 99.5% probability that you will survive. The only age group that is under 99.5% are those 70 and older. And their rate, by the way, is 94.6%. So let me get this right. For anybody 69 or younger, there is at minimum a 99.5% survivability. If you are newborn to 19, it's 99.997% probability, and we're still shut down. Huh. You know what's interesting? How do you justify continuing a lockdown? How do you justify pursuing, quote, herd immunity? How do you justify spending hundreds of billions of dollars to vaccinate an entire population that has a greater than 99% probability of surviving the disease? I know it's harder for some of you than others, but let that roll around in your brain for a while. Up to 19 years old, it's 99.997% probability you'll survive. If you're up to 49 years of age, there's a 99.98% probability you'll survive. If you're up to 69, there's a 99.5% probability you will survive if you get COVID-19. And yet, we are destroying the world's greatest economy, and yet we are spending hundreds of billions of dollars to vaccinate a group of people that have a greater than 99% probability of surviving. Now, Marty said, I'll take my chances. If you can make sense out of this, please inform me. Please. I'm having a problem wrapping my mind around this. Of course, now, that's also why they give you just numbers. Oh, we got this many new cases. Okay? But now, according to the government, according to y'all, your numbers, not mine, we got all these new cases. But if they're up to 19 years old, they've got a 99.997% probability that they're going to be okay. Yeah, but we got all these new cases. Yeah, but if they're in the age group 20 to 49, there's a 99.98% probability they're going to be okay. Does anybody other than me see a problem with this? Oh, but wait, we started today's show talking about the fact that if you scare them bad enough, they'll give you everything they got. If you can just scare people bad enough, it's amazing what they'll give up. If you can scare them bad enough and keep them scared, they'll give you anything you want. Better than that, they'll give you everything they have. Patriot Act ring a bell? Huh. Just a little something to make you go, Final break of today's show. We're going to come back, put that big old pretty bow on this puppy, and we wrap up today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, here and only here on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
From appetizers, pasta dishes, and entrees, La Contea takes pride in preparing all the Italian cuisine we know you love. Enjoy live music every Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9, happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6, and brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2, as well as dinner portion-sized lunch specials for under $10. Visit our website to view our menu and book a party or meeting in our large banquet room. Once you try La Contea, your Italian dining will change forever.
We're making 2021 the year of savings, and it starts right now at Team Toyota. Come get a new 21 Corolla for just $189 a month, or get a 20 Camry for just $19,995. It's a year full of savings starting right now, right here at Team Toyota.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back for the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. These two got by me yesterday, and I apologized. I didn't see them until after we'd left air, and at that point we were getting ready to do the Roger Cador show, and of course my time was up, so I didn't have a chance to cover it. But the frequency with which stupid stuff happens in this country is more alarming than I can begin to quantify. It used to be you could pretty much sum it up by referencing the closing scene of Thelma and Louise. Remember they're in the car, that gorgeous convertible, Thunderbird, right, Marty? Yeah, Thunderbird. And they're speeding towards this cliff. Looks like it's at the top of the Grand Canyon. And they know what's coming next, you know. But they're at that point now where, okay, this is our only option left, so let's go for it in a big way. The level of stupidity is, well, it is what it is. It defies description, and certainly defies logic. But Beaverton, Oregon, and I guess that ought to tell you pretty much everything you need to know. It's on, the left coast in Oregon, okay? Lady goes to a store and has her toddler in the car with her. She pulls up directly in front of the store, 15 feet away from the front door of the business. To her discredit, she leaves the car running with the toddler inside, and the doors unlocked. While she's in the store with her 4-year-old in the car, running, unlocked, guy jumps in and takes off. Grand Theft Auto. As he's pulling off, he realizes, hey, there's a child in the car. This woman left a child in the car. So what does he do? According to police, dude stops the car, backs up to the woman, who has now realized somebody's stealing my car with my child inside. He backs up to the store and then proceeds to berate the woman for leaving the car running and unlocked with a child inside. After allowing her to remove the child and his speech is over, he speeds off with the stolen vehicle. Now, speaking of, this is wrong just on so many levels. First and foremost, I don't care how close to the business you are, you don't leave your car running, you don't leave your car unlocked, and you certainly don't leave it running and unlocked with your 4-year-old in the car. But all that being said, who the hell died and left this idiot in charge of deciding I have more right to the car that you're paying for than you do? Not only that, but you then take it upon yourself to berate this woman and then proceed to go ahead with your criminal activity of stealing her vehicle. Just when you thought that we couldn't get any more stupid, just when you thought, along comes this dude. And of course, I don't know if we should. I do know what category to put this in. Yes, it is stupid, but this is probably opening up a new category entitled "Fire the Guy in Charge." Have you heard this one? Chicago's O'Hare Airport, arguably one of the busiest on the planet. Aditya Singh, 36 years of age, according to him, was traveling from LA to the Middle East. After landing in Chicago, he suddenly developed a fear of flying because of COVID-19. Apparently, overseas flight, dude had been watching too much CNN, figured if I get in this enclosed metal tube with all these people that's got COVID, I'm going to be dead by the time I hit the ground. So all of a sudden now he's got this fear of flying. So what does he do? He's already in the secure section of Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. What does he do? Does he leave? Nope. Does he go out and find the bus station to catch a bus back to LA? Nope. Does he try to cash his ticket in on, I don't know, some illegal smuggling operation to get him back home? Nope. None of the above. Dude lives, sets up residence for 3 freaking months in Chicago's O'Hare Airport. So let me get this straight. Post 9/11, post COVID, you've got a guy living, hidden, mind you, in plain sight, in the secure section of O'Hare Airport. It says to me, obviously, you got some sections there that are not secure, one. Number two, how often do you sweep that place? How often do you go through and say, you know what, if someone was slick, they could hide in this part of the airport and nobody would ever know. We need to send a crew in there regularly to check it out. Dude survived for 3 freaking months in the airport and nobody knew he was there. Of course, he was arrested, charged with trespassing and other charges. You ought to give dude a job and fire that clown who's in charge of security because he ain't doing his job. Sorry, English teachers, I didn't give y'all the heads up. 3 months, and they never knew that he was there. So what rights are you going to try to take away now to fix that? It is Chicago. All right, Marty, we got to do this in a record amount of time. Here we go. This state, just like any other, I give it to you. You know what? You're right. America, we ain't perfect. But doggone it, for my money, it's still the best there is. And God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you realize he loves you, right? And you know I do too. Either way, there ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. Wow, I got 5 seconds left. Take care of yourselves. Let's take care of each other. We'll do it again tomorrow. God bless.